Over and over again, Donald Trump has proven himself to be a thin-skinned snowflake. He is the most special of snowflakes. Whether it's tweeting about how no politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly than me, or maintaining his, of course, constant victimhood against the press. Oh my God, the press, they're the enemies. They're always attacking me. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Him, and this is despite him being the most powerful person in the United States. And of course, considering how he treated President Obama and Hillary Clinton, it just makes him look like even more of a pathetic snowflake. Now, a new report out from Vice underscores how completely sad this entire situation is when it comes to him in the White House. Now, according to Vice, the president, since the beginning of his administration, has asked to receive a special folder twice a day, filled not with intelligence briefs or policy initiatives. These papers are described to Vice News as by three current and former White House officials, are filled with screenshots of positive cable news chyrons, the lower thirds, and admiring tweets, transcripts of fawning TV interviews, praise-filled news stories, and sometimes just pictures of Trump looking powerful. Already, that is incredibly sad. I mean, who does that, right? Has a literal folder hand-delivered to him twice a day, filled with 20 to 25 pages of admiring tweets and pictures of themselves. But it gets worse. It gets more sad. One White House official said the only feedback the White House communications shop, which prepares this folder, has ever gotten in all of these months is, quote, "It needs to be more fucking positive." It needs to be more positive, guys. It's not positive enough. Child. Snowflake. Sad. Hey, you guys got to make sure this folder kisses my ass even more. Look, this is why they refer to it as the propaganda document. The literal propaganda document. That's awesome. That's what they're calling it. I'm not calling it that. That's what they're calling it. It's the propaganda document created for the sole purpose of making Donald Trump happy. Somebody actually gets paid for this, too. That's the worst part. It's literally somebody's job. They explain. According to the insiders, beginning at 6 a.m. every weekday, 3 staffers arrive at the RNC to begin monitoring the morning shows on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox as they scour the internet and newspapers. Every 30 minutes or so, the staffers send the White House Communications Office an email with chyron screenshots, tweets, news stories, and interview transcripts. White House staffers then cull the information, send out clips to other officials, and push favorable headlines to a list of journalists. That should be the worst thing in this, is that, oh yeah, by the way, in the RNC and the White House, they're literally pushing favorable headlines to journalists. Oh. Now, anyway, but they also pick out the most positive bits to put in that folder and give to the president. And they said on days when there aren't enough positive chyrons, communication staffers will ask the RNC staffers for flattering photos of the president. When asked about this, one former RNC official said, quote, "Maybe it's good for the country that the president is in a good mood in the morning." And they do that by literally giving him a propaganda document. Hey, man, you got to make the man-child happy when he wakes up, or else he's going to be in such a bad mood. And you don't want that. Nope, you don't want that at all. And you know what's even more sad? Not the fact that he has a propaganda folder given to him twice a day so that his feelings aren't hurt, so that he's nice and happy. It's the people giving it to him. See, this had 2 former staffers, right, fighting over who gets to hand-deliver the folder. And it was the people that came up with it, Sean Spicer and Reince Priebus, who are, by the way, gone. But still, they would fight over who would bring them the document. Because they know that the president is a man-child and will equate good news with the person who brings it to them. Oh, hey, Sean gave me this folder, and it made me super happy. So Sean's a great guy. You know what? Sean Spicer, he's a tremendous guy. Fantastic. And, of course, we know if somebody gives him bad news, he's very likely to kill the messenger. Not literally, of course. The guy has a history of yelling at staffers, yelling at aides, and even yelling at the fucking TV if he sees something that he doesn't like. Something that makes him sad. What a snowflake. Now, here's another note. Contacted by Vice News, Spicer disputed the nature of the folder. He said, while I won't comment on materials we share with the president, this is not accurate on several levels. He said in an email. Asked what about the story was inaccurate, Spicer did not respond. Hey man, he's not saying it doesn't exist. Just that the report is not accurate. Well, you had former and current RNC staffers saying, no, it's a literal propaganda document that we give to the president to make him happy. Spicer saying, yeah, it exists, but I mean, something's wrong about it. I'm not going to tell you what's wrong about it because you know what? It's actually accurate. And we were actually fighting over it. And over who's going to deliver it to him. So fucking sad. And look, this fits into everything we know about Trump. He's a thin-skinned man-child who can't take criticism and cares only about his image. That's why, of course, people have to give him this document or this folder filled with documents that have nice, flattering pictures of him. Ooh, look at that. You brought me the folder. Ooh, I looked so presidential that day. Yes, you did, Donald. You sure did. Boy, did you rock it. So sad. Now, look, imagine if any other president did this. Now, I'm not saying that, presidents don't pay attention to their media, right? Of course they do. They want to know how they're being engaged in the media. But this is different. Imagine if President Obama had a propaganda folder brought to him twice a day. Imagine the Fox News headlines, by the way. Now, what's funny is that they asked David Axelrod. He was the senior advisor to Barack Obama during his first 2 years. And he said, if we had prepared such a digest for Obama, he would have roared with laughter. Because it's so fucking ridiculous. He adds, his was a reality-based presidency. As opposed to what we have now, which is nothing more than an alternative reality-based presidency. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.